What's up YouTube and Facebook? Blue Dooley with a little bit different video, as this is the truck that got me started in the radio controlled hobby a long time ago. It is a Kyosho USA-1, which was never very popular when they did have it out, and I don't think they've ever re-released it yet, which is kind of a bummer. I need to find a few parts for this truck. It's unfortunately been moved a lot. It's accompanied me down to tech school in Phoenix. Bought it when I was in Laramie, Wyoming. And yeah, it's been stuck in a box for quite a while. I just finished the I got the CXD mostly done. Projects are never finished. But tomorrow I'm hoping to get that truck out and run it. So I thought I'd show off this truck because if you're newer in the hobby or not, weren't born back in the early 90s, late 80s, you wouldn't have even heard of the truck. This truck and the Tamiya Clodbuster, which Tamiya has still sold a lot of and still sells. You can get a Super Clodbuster now. But at the time when I bought this truck, the Clodbuster and the USA-1 were the biggest, baddest trucks you could get. I don't even think there were fifth scale gas powered anything yet. I mean, mostly electric stuff was either Tamiya. Losi was, still fairly new. Team Associated was still pretty new. In fact, a buddy of mine had one of the first race prep Losi buggies you could buy at the time back in the early 90s. The only thing it didn't have was the electronics, but it had all the aftermarket upgrades or factory upgrades you could get, and him and I would just go out and bash with, a monster truck, a dual motored monster truck and a buggy. It was a lot of fun. This body is the first attempt at painting a Lexan body. I was pretty hard on the truck, so all the lights have been broken off the roll bar, the motor that goes up here, I think all the air cleaner caps have been ground off of that and it's been lost. If you are familiar with the USA-1 and the Clodbuster, you'll know these are Clodbuster tires, not USA-1 tires. I think the USA-1 tires got sold with the Clodbuster, ironically enough. But this truck got me hooked on modifying everything. I ran the stock motors for a while, then stepped up to the Midnight 2 Pros. I still have the Tekin Titan I ran in this thing, which was, again, back in early 90s, the most badass electronic speed controller you could get at the time. It'll run up to 28 C cells, and it was the speed controller all the Clodbuster guys were running. Most of the guys doing the radio control pulling were running it. In fact, I actually ran it in the Wheelie King in the first few videos you saw of that. Nothing like, an 8-year-old truck with a 20-year-old speed controller in it, but it still works, so can't complain. The other body you've seen a few times, because I actually ran it on the Wheelie King, is the black and purple Dodge, which actually got most of its damage when ran on the Wheelie King. This truck I actually took with me to the Monster Truck World Finals in Ohio back in 92 or 93. So if you're really, really old and you remember a junior high kid with a black and purple truck who lost and stood around most of the time because he only had one truck, unlike all the old people who had 3 or 4. It was still a lot of fun, even though I didn't get to compete that much and didn't stand a chance against guys who were been in the hobby since, the Clodbuster first came out. But a lot of good times with this truck. I need to get it up and running again. Unfortunately, in all the moves and rebuilds, I'm missing a few pieces, and finding parts for these older trucks is kind of hard. I got a 3D printer now, so I might be able to make a few of the parts I'm missing. I think this motor's toast. I think the other one's toast, so I need to pick up a couple of new motors for it. And might get a new electronic speed controller for it, since I don't think the Titan could handle a LiPo. Well, maybe. I don't know how many milliamp it was rated for, because I don't think batteries could go super high even if you had 23 cells. So, like I said, a little bit different. This video is going to be short. Just kind of wanted to show the truck off. It's actually sitting on another set of tires I got at the World Nationals, which are these goofy diamond spiky things, which, despite how old they are, they're still actually fairly pliable. They're not cracked. I gotta give that to the Tamiya tires. They're still in awesome shape. They're not even, none of them have even started dry rotting, so I guess they knew how to build them back in the day. But now that the CXT's done, this truck and the snowplow are next. I'm gonna have to see if I can 3D print some parts I need to get this truck running again. It'd be super awesome to get it running again, just for shits and grins. The plastics are old, so it's not gonna go off a send-it ramp. I mean, there's no way it'd keep up with an X-Max, no matter what I put in it, if the gears would even hold up to enough power to keep up with a truck that fast and powerful. But it'd be cool to get it running again. So, hope everyone's having a good weekend. I'm gonna hopefully get the CXT out tomorrow and film. Might see if the wife will go out and play with little tiny trucks with me, just to get out and enjoy the weather, since everything's closed, unfortunately. So, hope everyone's having a good weekend, and we'll catch you later.